A 56-13 victory today over Virginia-Lynchburg. Coach, we'll start with an opening statement.
Well, first thing, I'm really proud of our team, and I'm proud of the week of practice that they had. We had a tough loss this time last week, last Saturday, an overtime loss to TSU in a game to where really we had the lead, majority of the game and didn't lose it until the, very end of the game. Really the first lead TSU had was when they scored the winning touchdown, in overtime. So we played a hard fought, conference game on the road with a chance to win. And, you got to really be careful as coaches and as a team to not let that thing linger. The biggest challenge you have in football is you only play once a week and you only have 11 guaranteed opportunities, and being able to win or lose, you got to be able to put the last one behind you and move on to the next one, because if not, you can't afford it. And we really practiced well Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Was everybody, could you tell our team was hurt and disappointed? Absolutely. But you could tell they had a resolve about them that, we got a good team and we're going to press on and we're going to keep playing and we're going to keep working and we're going to squeeze every drop that we can out of this season. Everybody knows the OVC is nuts right now. It's crazy. It's all over the place. So all you can do is just keep playing and keep working. And, we got an open date this week. That's always a concern as a coach, is you got guys looking forward to getting that week off. We've been here for preseason camp since August the 3rd, going straight through all the way through, preseason camp right into 7 straight games, and with several of those on the road. So, but our guys didn't do that. They came out today. I really challenged them to be focused, come out and, take care of business, play hard, treat, whether it's Tennessee State, Virginia-Lynchburg, it doesn't matter. You got to respect all opponents. And really, we want to feel good about how we play, whether, win, lose, or draw, no matter who we play. We want to feel like that we gave our best effort and our best opportunity. And, we really did a nice job of this game in the first half of the game, jumping out to a 42-0 lead, put together a 2-minute drive. All 3 phases of the game played well, which was good to see. And then we were able to get some guys in the second half, that really, man, some of those guys that are the heart and soul of your team, but you don't ever really get to hear their name called very much. They're backup players or they're scout team players. And, we had the opportunity to get some guys in today. Colby Long from nearby Jackson County High School, a walk-on player, has been on this team for 3 years, has fought his tail off, does every bit of community service we ask him to do. He loves being on this team. And really, this is only the 3rd game he's ever dressed for in his entire career and his first college action. So, great for him to get in and get to play. So, overall, a good day for the Golden Eagles, really a good week. I'm proud of our team and how they handled this past week. We go into the open date, much needed. We didn't get anybody banged up today or any extra injuries, so we have a chance to get some of our guys who are in clubs and slings and cast and boots and all that type of stuff that have been playing, and hopefully get everybody, healed up. And we've got a big 3-game OVC stretch, coming up at Murray State, home against UT Martin, and then away at Austin Peay to finish the year. And all we can do is, roll our sleeves up and see what, 3 wins in those games would do. But we're going to take advantage of this open date to get healthy and take care of academics, keep sharp, stay sharp, and then be ready to have a great week of practice for Murray State.
Questions?
So Day and Jordan Brown with over 100 yards rushing. How do you feel about their performance today, Coach?
Well, excited. We felt like this team, we could run the football on them. By nature of how they played, they stunt and move a lot just about on every play. Our offensive line did a great job this week. Dave Johnson, our offensive line coach, boy, there's not any better than him in FCS football, I can assure you. And very experienced guy, really handled all their movements. Their guys had a handful this week. I was really proud of how they prepared. They really prepared hard, to do that. We were able to run the football. I was really excited, for Day to see him again continue on. This is the 4th week in a row that he has rushed for over 100 yards. Which is big. And we were able to again, him get good production, us get a lead, and then us be able to get him out of the game, because we're going to need him here down the stretch. Jordan Brown did a nice job. And Colton Dooley, first time all year was able to get in. He was one of those scout team players that I talked about that was able to come in and get some reps at the end as well. But great job by our offensive line, our tight ends, and our running backs today. Very proud of them.
I'm going to interrupt right quick. Day-Day's 4-game streak is the first since 2007 with Derek White doing 4 in a row.
Well, that's big. And I let Day know that. I said, hey, you're on a run right here that I know. I've been around Tech football for a long time. I said, so there hasn't been anybody have a stretch quite like you had. And I've been saying here the last couple of weeks, I really see our offensive line gelling and coming on, some offensive line continuity, having Kurt Huff back healthy and there in the middle. He missed 2 games in a row there early in the season. He was out with sickness, and to get him back, and had a couple other guys banged up. And now that we've been able to put our best offensive line on the field now for 5 straight weeks in a row, and it's showing. It's shown, and we're protecting the passer and running the football, and that always gives you an opportunity.
Yeah, defense showed out today. Devin Squires got that fumble recovery for a touchdown. How do you feel about that play, Coach?
Oh, it's exciting. I was giving his dad a hard time. I think I struck a nerve with him. Thomas Squires was a teammate of mine and was a great player here, an All-American player here, and it was recently inducted into our Tennessee Tech Sports Hall of Fame. He's a teammate of mine and Coach Hatfield. I said, now, Thomas, I remember a lot of sacks and a lot of fumble recoveries. I said, but did you score a touchdown? And boy, he got mad. He went because he didn't. His son, Devin, was able to get a touchdown today, and Thomas never had a touchdown during his career. So, but he had a lot of big plays, so he was a great player. But it was exciting to see Devin get that. Everybody was excited for him. A great assist from Jack Warwick. Jack actually had the initial scoop and then got hit and fumbled the football in the air, and it just bounced right to Devin. But, we've been needing some of that. I mean, those are things that excite your bench and excite your team. We had we caused 3 turnovers in the TSU game last week, and that certainly gave us an opportunity. Our defense had some nice goal line stands and they've been playing solid really all year long. And I've been saying all along, even early in the year, some of the scores wouldn't indicate, how your defense had been playing, but we've been getting good production out of our defense. We've been turning the football over, way too much. I was disappointed. If there's anything I was disappointed with in today was just turning the football over, but we did create some turnovers today. And defensively, we've been very hard to run the football on all year long, and today they weren't able to really get anything, going in the run game, and thought we flew around hard, and again got to play a lot of guys. So, but I was really proud of the effort that we had, especially up front today.
You've been on both sides of games like this. How tough is it for a team to be able to keep fighting the way they did?
Well, I tell you what, my hat's off to them, and they're actually talk to their team after the game. And their staff, it's been a tough stretch for them. They're trying to get their program going. They're having to play a lot of road games just for finances. And I've been there. I've been there and done that. I've coached every level of football that you can coach over my 33 years, from single A high school football to, small college football. When I was at Cumberland University, when I first got there and we were trying to get the program going there, I was on the end of a 63-3 defeat to Georgetown College. My first year, I was the head coach at Cumberland University. So I know what it is. I told them, I said, look, you guys are building. I said, and you're going to, at some point, you're going to see it pay off. I said, because you guys are playing hard. And I think this was like their 6th road game in a row, 7th road game in a row, something like that. We're the 4th FCS team, that they played. And so they're trying to get their program going. It says a lot for the resiliency of their team. You can tell they're quality young men, and they're playing for the love of the game, and so great respect for them and their staff. And, the best is yet to come for them. Those guys all the adversity they're facing right now, they're going to learn from it. It's going to help their team develop, and, they'll keep fighting and stay in there. And again, I great respect for that. And, great respect our players had for them after the game. They recognized that those guys played hard, and and really, appreciated the fact that those guys kept competing. They got a touchdown late in the game. They kept fighting. They kept trying to play. So a lot of respect for those young men on the other side, and for the Virginia-Lynchburg staff and team.
One last question from me. One of the backbones of this program is sportsmanship. And when they had the player go down in the 4th quarter, both teams came together. How cool of a sight was that?
It is. I mean, I just looked at all of our team came out, and, our staff was out, and, that's one of those things. There's a lot of things bigger than football, and that's sometimes hard for, as coaches, we're so competitive, and players, it's such a big part of your life, but, you recognize there's a lot of things in an instant, there's a lot of things that are bigger than football. And, so it was really, you could tell when their team came out, you could tell it was a young man that their team thought a lot of. He was somebody that had a respect of his teammates. You could just tell that by how all of them came out there to check on him. And our players could sense that, say, hey, this guy here must be somebody that everybody thinks a lot of. And so our team came out, rallied around, had a little prayer there. One of their players actually led the prayer, and, everybody kind of circled around. So, those are some of the neat things that you get to experience, in football. It's unfortunate, an injury, but, to see teams come together, and it looks like the young man's going to be okay. I think it was more precautionary, anything but precaution that you have to take anytime that you have things, with the head and the back and those type things, it's part of it. But again, I thought that was a good gesture by their team, and our team as well. I think everybody's, health, always prays for safety and health of teams. So I was, it was a good gesture and something that was certainly nice to be a part of.
All right. That's all for us. I mean, we'll see you in 2 weeks against Murray State.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.